Hello everyone, welcome to our first tutorial. And in this tutorial, as I earlier on mentioned, that we are going to be dealing with version control systems, and the version control system we are going to be using is Git. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Git for free. So let's first of all go to the website. Okay, so let's type in Git download. So let's type in Git download. Okay, so in here let's move down to Git and click on it. So this is the website. So we come to this website now. I'm on Windows 10. So if you're also on Windows, any of the versions of Windows, so it's completely fine. You can download, you can follow this video. Okay, so without wasting time, you can just come here straight and then you click on download. You can see this is the latest version 2.26.2. so you come here and click on download. So you can see it is downloading. Okay, so we have to wait for a couple of time. So after it has finished downloading, then you can come here and double click on it to open it. Okay, so you run it and press yes. Okay, so this is the GNU interface. So we are now going to just follow this command and then install it. So click on next. Here you don't do anything, so you continue and next. Now here you have to be careful. Use Git from Git Bash only. That is what I prefer, but you can also use the recommended one, which is Git from the command line and also from third-party software. So you can leave it as default. So you go next, and then from here just leave it and click next. Here I think, yeah, leave it next, and then don't try to use this Windows default console. Use Windows default console window. So don't click on this, just leave it as default and go next, and then install it. So it will take a couple of seconds, so let's wait. Okay, so as it finishes like this, you can try to test to see whether it is actually working. So you can launch Git Bash, and that is a command line we'll be using in our tutorials. So you can see so let us launch the Git Bash so that you so next. Okay, so you can see it is finally installed. So you can see the command line here, as you can all see. Okay, so what we are going to do is to quickly go to the command line to check the version of Git that has been installed. So let's go to our search button and type in Git Bash. So Git Bash is the command line that has been installed, so we can run command from there. So we type in Git Bash and go to Git Bash. Okay, so in here we can run command. So to first of all check the version of Git that has been installed, we have to run this command git --version and press enter. So you can see that the version that has been installed is 2.26.2. so this shows that our Git has been installed. It has been successfully installed on our desktop. Okay, so when Git is finally installed, the next thing you have to do is to configure so that the machine, the command line, you understand the user of this this Git, the user. So you have to configure the user. So mine is already configured, but for you those watching, I need to show you how to configure, but I'll still be using the same name and then email that I used to configure for my old Git account. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to first of all run this command. So in order to configure, you have to run git config. Now you are going to configure as a global user. So in order to do that, you have to type in this dash dash global, and after the global, then the next thing you have to do is to specify your name, that is the user of this Git. So user dot name is equal to, so now you type in your name. So from here, my name is I'm going to use my own name, that is Bashiru, but what I am using on my my original account is Bashiru98. So Bashiru98, and then you close the code. So what you have to do is to just press enter. So it has been taken. Now the next thing you have to do is to press the up arrow key and then get the same thing, but this time you have to put your email. So user.email is equal to, now you put in your email. So let me put in my email. Okay, and close it and press enter. Okay, so this successfully shows that we have configured our Git. Now to check whether your details has been taken, you have to first of all check the configuration. So what you have to do is to check the list of configuration that is found on your Git. So Git, you say config dash dash list. Okay, so this lists out your configurations on the log. So you can see that I have many configurations. Yours might be a little bit smaller because you haven't done a lot of configuration. So you can see the important thing we need here is the username and then the the email. So you can see that here, my configuration, you can see that the username is Bashiru98 and my email is this one, as you can see it here. There are different configurations because I have been working on it for long, so definitely mine will be more than yours, so don't be worried. This is not anything. The most important thing that we have to look at is the username and then the email. So let's go on. In order to continue, you can see that our screen is a little bit messy, so just type in clear. So clear will take off the unnecessary things on your screen. Okay, so what you have to do next here, we are going to look at how to deal with your folders. Now you might be wondering, how do I check where I am on the command line? So it's just like the CMD, that is the CMD command line. How you'll be able to display your folders, which folder are you, the folder that you are working on. All those things can be done on Git Bash too, because it is installed on your machine, so you can do navigation on your folders, files, and whatsoever. Okay, so first of all, I want to know where I am on this command line. So you can see you always see some kind of master here, and we'll come to that when we start talking about branches in Git. So don't worry about that. So let's first of all find out where we are. So in order to know that, you have to do something like print working directory. So print working directory, so pwd, and it will show you where we are currently. So when you press the enter, you see that we are working on this directory. So you can see that we are in the C drive, users, and then Bashiru. So that is our current working directory. So if you want to know what is inside this directory, for instance, videos, files that you have stored inside the last end of this path, that is Bashiru, you can simply type in this list. It will list the main directories that are found, or the files that are found inside this directory, that is Bashiru. And if you might be wondering what's a directory is just like a folder containing what parts. For instance, you have we have C here, users and Bashiru. This is a directory. This is a total path to where Bashiru is. So it indicates that the full path of this directory. So the directory is not usually something that is unique. Like, it's just like folders where you can find your folder and where you store your informations or your files. Okay, so to list what is inside this Bashir, you say ls. So this lists all the main directories and files that is also inside. So you can see that this is what is inside Bashiru. Now this is a little bit small, but if you want to actually list all that is inside this, then let's clear so that we can see things. So if you want to actually list, remember we are inside the working directory, that is pwd. We are inside Bashiru directory, that is the what you are seeing here. So if we want to see all the files and folders within this directory, so we have to type in something like ls-la. So when we press ls-la, it will display all the files and the folders in this directory. So you can see it is much longer than the letter. You remember the first one, when we did ls, it showed just few. It showed major folders and then files. But this one shows all the files and folders that is within this directory. So you can see it's a little bit long. So in here, let's figure out something. This is a little bit long, so let's come back to the other one. That is, so let's clear and then go to ls. Okay, so you can see this is a little bit small. So down here you can see videos folder. This is videos. So first of all, let's look at something. Now you might ask, how do I get to the videos folder or the videos directory? So this is what we call navigation. Now if you are working on the command line, you need to know how to navigate from one folder to another, forward and backward. You navigate to the folders, find out which files are inside, you come back from that folder. Maybe you might delete files, you might make other folders in that directory, and so forth and so on. Okay, so what you have to first of all do, if I want to access the videos directory that is inside Bashiru's folder, so what I have to first of all do is to use the cd. Cd simply means that change directory. Now remember our current working directory, the end is Bashiru. It is Bashiru. That is C drives to users and to Bashiru. So if we want to change our directory, that is to move from one directory to another, then we use the cd, that is change directory. So the change directory, that is cd. Now you might be wondering, this is not so appearing useful to you now because you have not started working on projects. When you start working on project, you need to know how to navigate from one folder to another, because when you do installation of something like, let's say, Python, if you install Python, you install JavaScript, or you install any kind of application on your desktop or on your PC, you need to know where it is, the full path to that application, so that you can work with it. So if you are actually going to do that, then you need to know how to navigate within those files and folders and to locate them and work with them. Okay, so you say change directory, that is cd, and then we say what is the name of that folder or directory, that is videos. So type in videos and we type in a forward slash. Now this forward slash, simply you can see it here, and it simply indicates a directory or a folder. So when you press enter, we are in that folder now. So you can see that /video. So if I say ls, you can see what is inside the videos. Now there is virtually nothing inside, so you can see just few things, captures and some things. So there is virtually empty, so you won't see anything. Even if I do ls-la, let's see what happens. You can see that there's nothing much. There are just some few videos there, that is mp4 videos, just few that you can see there. So now the ls and the ls/la I'm doing is simply giving you just major folders. Let's say for the ss we have major folders, it shows major folders, and for the ls/la it displays all the folders and the files within that directory. So that is actually how you can display all, and or maybe you display only major. Okay, so now how do you move back? Let's say we were in what was the first folder that we're working on. That was the Bashiru, and now we have changed the directory to videos, or the folder to videos. So now if assuming I want to go back to Bashiru, now our full working directory, that is pwd print working directory, that is enter. So when you press enter, you see that the full path to this folder is this, which means that the n is videos. So now how do we go back to Bashiru? That is to this folder, that is Bashiru. Now it's simple. You can say change directory and press ..2 to move backward. So when you press that and print working directory, you can see that we have moved back to Bashiru. So you can see that Bashiru, it has come back. Now let's go back to the videos. So let's say cd, and we type in our videos /. Now / we come back there again. Also, I want to show you another way you can move back to the parent, or the parent or the root directory. Now the root directory is the directory that appears immediately you launch Git Bash, because that is where it will always launch. That is where it will always be. So when you launch Git Bash, you get the root working directory. So if you want to go back to there without changing paths from here to that, from maybe videos to desktop to this, no, if you want to just move fast to there, there's a command you can use. So if you say cd, that sends you back direct. Change directory, that sends you back direct to your root directory. So let's press cd, and let's print the current working directory, that's pwd. You can see that we are back to Bashiru. Now in order to prove this, we have to navigate to several folders or directories in order for you to see that. So first of all, let's clear this one, and let's look at our current working directory, which is Bashiru. Okay, so from here let's look at ls and navigate to other folders. So let me pick one of the folders or the directories here so that we will navigate there. So let's go to hackme. So in order to go there, hackme, we have to say cd hackme /. So we are in the hackme directory or folder. So let's say list. So you can see that there's also another folder there, that is beware. Now let's also navigate to that beware folder. So cd beware, right, /. So we are in the beware folder. So let's look at what is in the ls. So you can see this is what is inside the beware folder. Now let's try to see whether there are many things there, or this is just what is there. So let's say ls /dash la. So you can see there are more folders, there are more files in it than we expected. So you can see that here it should only git ignore, PowerShell basic cheat sheet, and Python cheat sheet. These are the files that are in it. But when we enter deep, when we try to list everything, you can see that wireless hacking cheat sheet, and other folders. There are more to that when you use the ls/la. Okay, so you can see that when we print, let me clear the screen. So you can see that if we do our pwd, that is the current working directory, you realize that we are 2 steps ahead of the root directory, which is Bashiru. So we have moved to hackme and to beware, which means that we are totally out of range. We are ahead of the root directory. So how do we go back to the root directory? As I told you earlier on, you just type in cd, change directory, and when you press enter, you are back there. So print pwd, print working directory, you see that we are back to our Bashiru. So navigating will be very useful when you are dealing with different files and folders on your machine, where you want to locate where your application was installed and all other cool stuffs. So let's go back there again. So for instance, let's say that we are moving from Bashiru to hackme. I want to show another trick. So Bashiru, so let's change our directory, cd hackme/. So that is where we are going. So you can see our pwd, our current working directory is hackme. Now we are going ahead again, beware. Now you know how I get these names, because I use ls and then ls dash la to locate them, to know what is found inside the hackme in order to navigate to another folder that is within the hackme. You already know how to do that. So in the hackme we have ls, which we have beware as a folder in there. So we are also navigating to the beware folder, cd beware, so beware /. Then we are inside the beware folder or directory, so pwd, as you can see. Now if we want to move backward step by step till we get to the Bashiru, then this is how we do. We say cd ... cd ... will move one step back to the directory. So beware is the front directory. So if we put cd ... it will move us backward. So enter, you see that if we print the current working directory, and you can look at it here, you can see that we have moved from beware to hackme, which is the end working directory or the current working directory. And also let's just confirm that by printing the current working directory, that is pwd. So you can see that hackme is the endpoint, is the end part now. So when we say cd again ... we'll move back to our root directory. You can continue going. For instance, if you want to move from now we are in Bashiru, so if you want to move to users, cd ... another one, pwd, you can see that we are in users. But if I press cd, it will send us back to Bashiru, because Bashiru is the root working directory. So cd, and if we print our pwd, you can see that we are back to Bashiru, because that is where Git has been installed, and we are using that one as our root directory. So this is basically how to navigate within folders, and you can do research online to find how to learn more about navigation within the command line folders up and down. And it's simple as I explained. So if you want to move from back, front, from any direction to find the fold path, is very easy by doing what I've just showed to you. So let's go clear. Okay, so in this video, this is okay. because when we start our programming tutorials, we'll be actually using this because it's very important. And a quick introduction to some let's say making directories or creating your own repositories and those kind of things is a little bit not difficult. So in subsequent videos we can do that, but I want to just show you how to make your own directories or folders. You want to create a folder. For instance, you are in your root directory, which is Bashiru, and you want to create a folder like programming. It's very easy to create, because for instance, if let's say that I've installed Python, or I've installed a programming language, and I want to navigate to where it is so that I can create a folder. Sometimes if you don't store your application or your install application as an environment variable or into the as a global application, sometimes trying to access it at some areas will not be possible. So for instance, if my Python is installed in Bashiru folder, so what I have to do is that if I want to create a new project, or if I want to create a new folder so that I'll work with the Python, so what I have to do here is to make a folder under it. So let's just say that to make a folder, you have to just press something like, you have to run this command like make. mk is make, and what you are going to make is a folder or a directory. So you say make dir, so make dir. So make dir, you are going to make a new directory or folder. So let's say I want to create something like a folder like programming basics. So I can say something like programming basics, right? Programming basics. So and press enter. So from there, if I say, it has been created. So if you want to access, if you want to navigate to that folder, you simply do your cd, as you already know, cd programming basics, right? Programming basics, and press your // so you can see that they're saying no, I think I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, so cd programming is programming basics, and put our /. Okay, so we are inside the programming basics folder. So let's say ls, you see there's virtual nothing inside. ls-la, there's virtual nothing. These are empty files and folders or directories, so there's nothing inside. So you can see this is simply how to make or create a folder within your command line. So you can create a folder, you can delete a folder. In subsequent tutorials, we'll show you how to delete files and folders in the command line. But for now, try to learn how to navigate within the command line between folders and files, from backward, forward, and so on and so forth. So try and be used to this, because when we start programming, it will be very useful to you. For now, you might be wondering, what are we going to use this for? It's very important. When we start to commit our code or our folders or files to our remote repositories, you realize that knowing how to navigate within the terminal is very important, and you need to know it. Okay, so that is it for this video, and I hope you get used to navigation within the terminal, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.